But yo, take a look at YouTube right now. I don't know what happened with BINI or why they are so like it's going crazy. Everybody has their eyes on BINI right now. I didn't know that. I literally just saw them and I was like, oh. Hey guys, we are back with another winterosy video. I don't know if this is going to be a winterosy classic, but this is a winterosy talking video. This is titled The State of Idol Music. I don't know if this is about just K-pop idol music or pop idol music, because I have a feeling it's going to be talking about pop. You know what I'm saying? And I see the thumbnails has something to do with Charlie XCX's Brat. I don't know shit about that, but all I do know is that's does that mean a good thing? Maybe. I don't know. Let's check it out. Let's do it.
Pop music, to say the least, is at its peak again.
Really?
Artists these days seem to be putting more effort into creating music that will never leave your radio. This competitiveness has pushed everyone to step up their game, and it's just been incredible to witness.
Is that Charlie XCX? Oh, cool. I should I check this out? I think I should. I don't know. I might check this out.
Now, as you all may know, I am a K-pop channel, and so I will be talking about the K-pop side of things.
Of course.
But I'd like to expand my reach just a little bit today.
Let's go. Hey.
Let's go beyond the K-pop circle to focus on a slightly bigger picture. And I mean idol music.
I'm gonna be honest. I think music is fun again. Music is very fun again. I'm finding it very fun. Hip hop now, Western hip hop, it's fun again. Pop music, I'm finding a lot of fun with this.
What even is considered idol music? As far as I'm concerned, there isn't any proper definition for the term, but the general consensus is that idol music is basically pop music, just with a twist. And it's not with the music's genre or style itself, but rather the industry, and more specifically, who sings these songs.
Yes.
Idol music is pop music performed by idols. But what differentiates idols from typical pop artists? Pop artists are essentially free to be themselves. What they present through their music and image is at the very least true to them, including the ups and downs. Idols, on the other hand, are more sugar-coated. The word idol means a person or thing that is greatly admired, loved, or revered. The industry revolves around the idea that idols are people you look up to, and most, if not all the time, are trained to look and act perfectly.
And that actually does make sense as to why everything is so like carefully crafted and prissy. Not prissy, that's a terrible word. Like, I guess just like made in a way for it to, it has to have an actual image. Like an image is literally, it is imperative to have a good image.
Because apparently, life is full of sunshine and rainbows.
Hell no.
But that isn't the main point of the video. I just needed to get that all clear so that we can focus on the topic at hand.
Okay.
As mentioned, pop music has been on a crazy streak lately, the idol industry included. It's always been huge, hasn't it? K-pop, J-pop, C-pop, these genres have long been significant in the pop music scene.
Yeah.
However, the idea of idol groups has expanded so widely that you can now find them far beyond just the East Asian borders. So let's discuss it.
Hey, yeah. K-pop. Let's
The growth
go.
of the idol industry was always bound to happen. We just needed a bit of a push. Clearly, this began with K-pop and J-pop being the Adam and Eve of the idol genre. Although they share some similarities, there are distinctions between them. However, that's not my main point.
Okay.
What I want to convey is how they influenced each other, and how this joint sleigh eventually helped with the globalization of the genre. There's always been an effort to expand the idol group industry. In K-pop's case, although it is primarily based in Korea, there have been attempts to reach out beyond their land.
True.
A group like EXO is a predominantly Korean group, but there was a time when they tried to appeal to the Chinese market as well.
I do like that though. Like that thing is just like XOM, XOK, XO, what was the other one? CBX, I believe. Like, that's cool. I like it. I just like subunits. I realize I really like subunits. It's very, it helps my brain pretty much. It's very nice to just, I don't know, it just feels nice.
EXO was once divided into two subunits, XOM for Mandarin and XOK for Korean. They also had Chinese members and released Chinese versions of their albums,
Tough.
which is something you don't usually see anymore. Although this approach didn't last long, it demonstrated that K-pop is not confined by geography or language. In the coming years, this concept will become even more prominent.
Let's try Japan.
Before K-pop gained its global fame now, its market was heavily concentrated within Asia, especially Japan.
Oh.
They've always been K-pop's largest market, which is why they are more favored over other countries.
Sometimes I'd be forgetting that winterosy does that shit, like just randomly in videos.
Standalone Japanese releases and multiple tours within Japan. Clearly, there's more effort being put there.
Nah, real shit. Real spill. Hey, remember I said when they go, for some reason when they looking at Japan, cause these Japanese releases really be shitting, bro, and especially the concerts too. It's like, yo, why y'all don't do this at home? But at the same time, they do this at home. But it's like, y'all putting a little bit more flavor on that burger. We got some burger sauce in that hole. Oh, you putting an egg on it? Oh, shit. Okay. I see what you doing. I see what you was doing.
I'm not entirely sure if this relationship is the reason why there are noticeably more Japanese idols than other foreign ones, but I'd like to think it is. And I get it. If you're trying to get out there, might as well start with something comfortable. I know that foreign members in K-pop groups have always been a thing, but I'd say the biggest effort yet at the time was when JYP debuted twice with 4 out of 9 foreign members, 3 being Japanese and 1 being Taiwanese. JYP has always been leading when it comes to having foreign members, but this group was probably the most influential of all.
We love Twice
Seeing
here.
Twice's success demonstrated that a more diverse lineup could work, and sometimes could be even better. The Japanese have always loved K-pop, and seeing 1/3 of the group came from them most likely helped them feel even more connected. And that goes with every foreign idol that debuted before then. It didn't happen immediately, but slowly the industry became more open to the idea.
I feel like it's just representation as well. Representation matters a lot. And it's like one of the things that matter the most, and people don't really be making too much of a real care for it. They say like it's important, but it's like it's really important.
These days, some of the biggest idols aren't even
Or let's just say it don't seem like the focus is on the importance of that.
Korean, and that says a lot. Now, obviously, the next step was to have a non-Korean group, but of course, that had its own rough start. Do y'all remember EXP Edition, that K-pop group full of white boys?
What?
Yeah, well, if you didn't know, back in 2017, we already had the first K-pop group with no Korean members.
Oh.
While they were essentially a failed project and are kind of an embarrassment to the K-pop genre, it was still an attempt.
Oh my gosh, what is the... Oh.
The creator of the group was only trying to answer some questions. Is it only K-pop if Korean people do it? How can we push K-pop? What limits are there? Sure, the product wasn't good at all, but it showed that interest was there, and eventually we were to arrive at our destination. But before we go there, let's talk about the J-pop side of the story.
Let's do it. Let's go. I love having a godmom who was Japanese, bro. Oh my gosh, this is why I love city pop so fucking much. Oh my goodness.
K-pop, J-pop has also strived to extend beyond its own language and country. While K-pop primarily focused on the familiar East Asian market, J-pop took a more ambitious approach, exemplified by the expansion of their 48G groups. It was one of the first instances of idol groups emerging outside of East Asia.
Groups.
Countries such as Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and others got their first experience with home-based idol groups, marking the beginning of a broader trend. While on the topic of 48G, K-pop and J-pop have collaborated in the past.
Hey, winterosy, you're very knowledgeable about this shit. Can you teach me? Like, can you be my teacher? You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like I love your storytelling and just like your knowledge of things, and also you can get very, very, very like chaotic. It's perfect. Can you teach me, please? You ain't DM me on Twitter yet or Instagram, so you probably don't know I exist, but still, can you teach me some things?
To create a quote-unquote global girl group.
Ooh.
Remember Eyes One? Although the initial aim to make an idol group that was equally promoted in both industries didn't succeed, we still saw J-pop trained idols try their hand at the Korean idol system. Though J-pop had influenced K-pop with its idol concept, K-pop has grown into its own self and bred its very own idol system. This is a big deal because what once was the inspiration now became the inspired. J-pop saw this and thought, if they can do it, we can too. Someone in Japan took the challenge seriously.
Yes.
Because XG could very well be the best attempt at a K-pop-like group outside Korea.
I don't know what it is about XG. Like, honestly, like, I genuinely just saw what that first video and I was like, yo. But the thing is, I thought that's how they were off the rip. And then I found out that they did the what's it called? The tippy toes stuff and I was like, "Oh, okay." For me, it feels like they found their thing and tried it and just went full steam ahead. And then now it's just this very big extravagant thing. It's just like, damn. Y'all really y'all went full steam ahead with this, huh?
Yes, non-Korean K-pop groups exists, but most of them are made by Korean companies. XG, while still heavily influenced by K-pop and Korea, is created by a Japanese corporation and isn't limited to just promoting within Japan and Korea. No other group of their kind has exhibited the same level of confidence and ambition as they
It's
do.
crazy.
I'd even argue that they surpass many K-pop groups, which is saying a lot.
It's like a we don't give a fuck type attitude, but it's like a we don't care, but it's just good. It's just really good. The only thing that you could probably like not like about them is just like their colors are too loud. And it may be like too much. That's probably the only thing that you could say, but at the same time it's like that's really like a nothing burger. Like that's a not problem.
They are solid proof that this idol concept can thrive outside Korea without being mediocre. But if you were to ask me, there was still more to be done. The next step was to form a group with a more diverse mix of members,
Idols everywhere,
aiming
huh?
for a truly global
Oh,
idol
gosh.
group that includes more than just East Asians. Black Swan is a notable example.
Ah!
Despite their complex
Hey, you said Black Swan, and they did drop something. Oh,
history, I believed they had the potential to succeed. But perhaps no one was too interested, probably because they didn't come from a well-known company. There was also Kachi, one of the first attempts
Kachi?
at this idea. But I think we're better off without them.
oh shit.
If we truly wanted a global group where people will pay attention, one that reaches the standard of K-pop and J-pop, it had to come from a bigger name. Eventually, it happened. It had to be HYBE among all the companies. They conducted a survival show featuring talent from around the world, and from that, the group Cat's Eye was formed.
I like that.
It's still too soon to determine if they will be successful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they end up so. Just by having this debut happen, it's clear how far we've come. The idol group subgenre has evolved beyond language barriers, geography, and culture, which is likely why it will continue to grow even though it's already immense. To sum everything up, I'd like to conclude this whole topic with this one group. We've seen idols from various nationalities, heard idol music in different languages, and experienced high-quality production from these groups. They've all stood their mark and helped us get to this point. But now we truly see the result of everything that happened before.
I mean, I'm with it though. I like this. As long as the music sounds good, I'm cool with it. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But yo, take a look at YouTube right now. I don't know what happened with BINI or why they are so like it's going crazy. Everybody has their eyes on BINI right now. I didn't know that. I literally just saw them and I was like, oh, like I'm gonna be honest with the same way I saw XG and I'm like, this is really good. It's the same with BINI. Like I'm looking on my what's it called? Recommended and stuff. Bro, BINI's popular. Reactors are reacting to BINI now, but like it's a boom. Who is pushing them? Or is this organic? I don't know. I don't care. I love it, but it's just now I'm just like getting all jittery when I see BINI on my screen now. And now winterosy's like acknowledging BINI. Like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? This is scary, but I like it because I want them to get all the support they want. But I'm just gonna tell you, pay attention, bro. Just pay attention to the people you subscribe to. I think it's a boom. I think it's an organic boom too. I think. I feel like I'm the only person that's probably going to say that, but I ain't got no complaints. I'm with it. Make sure y'all watch Kelvy's watching every single BINI music video in order. Make sure y'all check that out. Let's go.
There have already been attempts to create Filipino idol groups based in the Philippines. SB19 was the first ever P-pop group, and MNL48 is the Filipino sister group of AKB48. While both groups achieved success in and even out of the country, they didn't fully capture the local essence. For me at least, they still felt somewhat foreign-made. I truly appreciate these groups a lot for what they've done, but they didn't seem as authentically Filipino as they could have been. SB19 was formed by a Korean company and aimed at appealing to the Korean market, while MNL48's 48G concept didn't quite resonate with Filipinos, and they were essentially a sister group to an already established one in Japan. And I get it, we all have to start from somewhere. Because like the history of idol music, one thing leads to a bigger thing. That brings us to BINI, which I consider not only the best P-pop group, but possibly one of the top idol groups in general.
Yeah, it's scary it's scary. It's really, like, I'd never seen someone just spawn on my recommended one day, and I, like, pulled the trigger. It's scary, but I love it.
BINI is a pure Filipina girl group, formed by one of the biggest entertainment companies in the Philippines, produced by some of the biggest names, trained by the top Filipino artists, and that already sets them apart. They weren't immediately a big hit amongst Filipinos or even just idol stans, but they eventually did build themselves up slowly but surely. Here's the thing. Just like with the rest of the world, the Philippines has been in love with K-pop and idol culture as a whole. In fact, it's become so widespread here that it almost rivals our own entertainment industry and culture. And that's concerning. But that changed last year when BINI exploded onto the scene. And then it hit me. I knew Filipinos wouldn't abandon their own culture like that.
Tough.
We just needed something ours to be proud of.
I love it.
And BINI provided that.
I love it. I just love it. See, this is why I love cultures, and I love how cultures stick to their shit, and they're like proud of who they are. It's like you can feel that type of energy. It's just so, I just eat it up, gang. I eat it up. And I'm not gonna lie, this is after I watch BINI's solo performances. I'm on the wave, gang. I'm on the wave.
The best part? The rest of the world is here to witness it
Hell
as well.
yeah.
To think that one of the hottest idol acts right now came from my country is something I couldn't be more
really?
proud of.
Oh, wow.
Filipinos who were previously indifferent or skeptical about K-pop have come to love this group. I have friends who never cared for K-pop or even disliked it, but now I hear them sing along to their music. What was once a country where K-pop stars were considered the biggest idols now proudly labels BINI as the nation's girl group. And that is something I never thought would happen.
That's tough.
I'm sure other countries out there are having a go at this idol thing too. And whether or not those groups become worldwide successful doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Because I know they'll eventually get there. Even though I'm not particularly a BINI stan, I still feel more connected with them than I do with other groups.
That's good.
I guess it really is this sense of pride and seeing myself in them. Even just the fact that they have songs in my mother tongue and have the world singing along touches something deep within me. You might not fully understand this feeling yet, but it's exactly why representation matters so much.
Winterosy, you and me, we think alike. We like zzz, you know what I'm saying? Zzz, real spill, man.
If you think about it, idol music is a great showcase of diversity and representation. Now, am I implying that the answer to world peace is watching Inkigayo? Not in a billion years. But it is something.
What?
Idols are people you look up to, and having an idol who speaks like you, looks like you, and shares similar experiences, taking the big stage for the world to see, can be incredibly impactful. If this kind of representation already affects me and many others, imagine the positive influence it could have on younger people, or those who want to be seen. No matter who you are or where you came from, that is something we all need in our lives.
I love this so much.
Okay, bye.
I love this. Nah, gang. I'm sorry. I've never felt my heart flutter this hard when I saw BINI was mentioned. I didn't even know Winterosy was tapped in like that. You learn something new every single day. At the end of the day, I'm just saying, like, this is what I love in music. The whole world just listening to this shit and making more and more good music and just spreading music and good vibes through music. It's amazing. I can never get enough. I can never get enough. Never, ever, ever.